This workhorse from Seiko, the 7S26, is not performing particularly well, so I'm going to strip it down, clean it, put it back together and lubricate it. And I'm going to start by removing it from the case. And first I'll take the crown and stem out. And there's no case screws, so this movement can just drop out of the case. I'm replacing the winder so that I can align the hands, make it easier to remove them. I'm using a poly bag to protect the dial. And with the hands removed, I've removed the dial. And this dial is not held in with dial screws, it's friction fit into this plastic washer. So I'm just going to lift the dial away from the movement. Now I'm going to take the calendar work off. It's secured with a little clip. I'm using some hand levers here to lift that clip, as they're sharp enough to get underneath without damaging the plastic of the day wheel. Now I can remove the day wheel. I'm using a bit of Rodigo just to lift it up. Just be cautious with these plastic parts. They can damage quite easily. So the calendar wheel is held down with this plate, which is secured with 4 screws. And a final screw is this little crosshead. It's actually quite tight, so be careful. Now I can remove the calendar plate. And the calendar jumper spring. And the calendar wheel. And now I can remove the rest of the calendar and motion work. Now I'm just removing this plastic dial spacer. And the oscillating weight. And the second reduction wheel. That's a reverse headed screw. And just moving the pawl over to protect it. so that I can undo the ratchet wheel. And I'm first removing any power from the mainspring. It's quite dirty under there. So, take out the balance wheel. And now I can remove the pallets. And with the escapement out, I can remove the main plate, which is secured with these 3 screws. And I'll remove this click spring. And the second wheel. And the third wheel. And now I can remove the escape wheel. And the mainspring barrel. Wheel, and the center wheel is held down with its own cock, so I'll remove that, and now I can remove the center wheel. Now the keyless work is underneath the main plate, so now I have access to remove the keyless work. I'm removing the setting lever spring, and of course the setting lever. I'll remove the yoke. I'm carefully removing the stem so that I can take out the clutch wheel and the rapid calendar changing wheel pinion. Now the first reduction wheel is held with this clip, so I've just removed the clip, which allows me to take out the first reduction wheel with its pawl. And it seems quite dirty. It's very dirty. You can see that old oil is very much gummed up and caused a bit of a mess here. This watch has not been serviced in quite some time. I'll just remove the mainspring from the barrel. Start with the barrel arbor and just wind out the mainspring carefully. I like to do this very slowly because the mainspring can get kinked really quite easily. And it's really dirty in there. It's made a bit of a mess of my fingers. So that's the 7S26 stripped down, and I'm going to be putting that through the watch cleaning machine. And once that's done, we'll come back and put it together and lubricate it. Now after cleaning, we're just going to lubricate it. I'm putting some barrel grease and winding the mainspring back into the barrel.